Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. This is part 2 of a 2-part recap. If you're like, hey, wait a minute, I didn't hear part 1. Guys, it's because we put out a lot of recaps. Go back and listen to part 1, okay? It's before this one. Bye. Enjoy the show. So Bronwyn's like, okay, I would like to welcome you to my version of the Boston Spill the Tea party. The colonists were very angry because they were being taxed without representation, and many of us in this group often feel like we are not represented correctly. So on social media, in private conversations, in arguments, and so we are going to have a little similar enactment of what the Boston Tea Party is.
Mary shows up and she's like, what the hell? And then she looks at the wigs and she's like, I'm not putting any of these on my head. But then she's like, luckily I have my own.
It's like, I got my own. She just whips one out of her purse. Oh, just gotta have your emergency founder's wig. You never know what's gonna happen. So Bronwyn explains that they had the protest, they spilled the tea, and after the mess was made, they cleaned it up and were able to move forward. I didn't know that was part of it. They spilled the tea into the harbor and then they cleaned it up? What kind of protest is that?
I don't remember them cleaning it up. I mean, maybe they
neither.
naturally cleaned up like some of the mess they made on the boat or wherever they were. I just remember them spilling the tea. I think that's like the big takeaway. I don't remember
the cleanup. I feel like if there was a cleanup, all of our mothers would remind us of that growing up, you know, like, oh, really? You don't clean up? Even the founding fathers cleaned up their protest or whatever. We would have been shoved down our throats. I don't remember that. I think that's a lie. But they made the Constitution, and that applies to us as friends, guys. So get something to eat, and then we're going to judge the fuck out of each other with wigs on, is basically the goal here.
Right. And so she also has like a spread of like, looks like egg salad sandwiches and scones, but also J-Dogs, which what are J-Dogs? I should have looked this up.
I don't know what that means.
Like instead of hot dogs or J-Dogs,
J-Dog?
It's a fast casual hot dog restaurant chain primarily in Utah. Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. They got some fast food J-Dogs. So
See,
Mary comes in.
Whitney, you could be making hot dogs. Look, stop worrying about the skincare. Make some hot dogs and soda. Come on, the money is right there.
W dogs. Wit dogs. So Mary comes in and she's like, "Is this real food? What is this?" It's like, it's clearly hot dogs.
She goes, they're hot dogs. She goes, do hot dogs go that far back? Are they BC? I'll take McDonald's at this point. I'll even have a fish fillet because I know what that is. Speaking of McDonald's, this coffee is brought to you, Bob, from McDonald's. See, must draw as evidence.
Far be it from me to explain to the woman who is a professional on the Bible what BC means, but that shit was funny. So Bronwyn's like, okay, let's bring our plates. Okay, there's a quill and there's a book with your name on it. So everybody get that. And Mary's like, this feels like a play. Are we going to stand up and like declare things? And Heather thinks she's going to win if there's a test. So the producer starts testing everybody. And they're like, what do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? How do I not know that?
Rumors and nastiness. Lisa's like, oh, it's the Declaration of Independence and Wendy's.
Our constitutional rights.
The Bill of Rights. Mm-hmm.
Ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
And how many U.S. senators are there? I want to say 50, but I think there's more. Okay, there's one French fry in every container that represents a senator. That's 23 French fries.
Let's see. There's one in every country. So 51. It's like, I don't even know what Angie K is, where she even went with that one. And Heather's like, well, oh my goodness. Let's see. Senators. Well, I'll tell you one thing. In this sisterhood, there's a lot of sinners. So I would say there's a lot of senators, sinner sisters. And it's like,
constitutional rights.
Brittany literally goes, I mean, I got a 4.2 in high school. I was the valedictorian, but it's all just gone now. It's gone. Not the valedictorian. Not the valedictorian. Oh my God. And she said it totally earnestly. She was not trying to be funny. 100 senators. The correct answer is 100.
Yes, because there's 2 for each state and there's 50 states. So 100. So Bronwyn got it. And she's like, okay, everybody, we're going to have our own private Boston Spill the Tea party today. So behind your chairs, you'll find your own little ceremonial tea. You can throw it into the harbor and you're going to label it with the name of the person you have maybe spilled the tea about. Okay.
Okay, well, I think the forefathers might have been smarter than me but I'm using something out of their playbook. So you got to break all the crates of tea wide open and pollute the shit out of that harbor and then, fight for what you want and what it is. And, honestly, I can only do so much connecting this theme to our TV show today. I think I've done enough. Do I have to really keep explaining this?
Bronwyn, do you not remember Puerto Vallarta? Apparently Bronwyn didn't get enough of a beating the last time we tried this.
And we see flashbacks to Bronwyn reading that text message about like Todd's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel.
So Lisa's like, why do you seem so stressed, Heather? She's like, well, because I haven't even thought about it yet. So they're trying to figure out who to spill the tea about. And so Angie's like, okay, well, who have I spilled the tea about? All right, Lisa. When Lisa made her announcement about her horse, and we see a flashback to Lisa being like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Kentucky Derby, so I bought a horse.
Which makes no sense. Like you're going to the Kentucky Derby so you buy a horse.
So Angie's like, well, I wanted to believe her, even though I heard otherwise. So I did spill the tea about that, but I talked to other people about you not buying the horse. Their confession done.
Well, yeah, I own a horse. It's like not anything grand. It's just like for me, it's like my own horse. And I'm like looking to get a second one. It's like, what would you do with a second horse? That's nobody's business. No one needs to know about that second horse.
Why are you questioning my second horse? Who does that? You better not question my second horse. You better not question it.
You made an announcement.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Guess you did. No, you made an announcement. No, you made an announcement that you bought a horse. Nuh-uh. No, I didn't.
And just like, if Lisa buys something, she's going to post it and brag about it. And I haven't seen any photos circulating of her riding off into the sunset on a horse. Angie's mad because she's like, horses are kind of like my family storyline. So please do not try to get in on this because I know you're faking it.
She's also like, my daughter is like into horses because she's more into my husband's side of the family. Now this is giving her an opportunity to be into somebody more than me again, like now her daughter Electra is going to like Lisa more because Lisa's into horses, and that leaves Angie kind of out in the rain even more, God, could you imagine for Angie if the daughter ended up liking Lisa more because they go horseback riding together? That will kill Angie.
Electra's going to be like, hello, mother. I've decided I will join the Olympics as an Olympian for not Greece, and I'll ride Lisa's horse. How could you do this to me?
I'm riding Vita, Vita, she's so fine, Mom, in the American Olympics. Like, how dare you? So then Heather's like, okay, so that tea is spilled, so then you throw it in the ocean, Angie. So she throws the box over, and Lisa's like, I'm still irritated. I'm so irritated. Mia.
At
so
this point,
people do. I need that.
Yeah. You can either say yay or nay, and I say nay. Anyway, at this point, I'd rather be at the actual Boston Tea Party, and as a New Yorker, that's saying like a lot. Lisa tried to do some weird Boston Tea Party burn. So Brittany's
like, as someone from Poughkeepsie, we're way above Boston. So
Lisa would hate to be at the real Boston Tea Party. She's like, I have to pick this up, I have to pour it out. But I don't want to. I just got this dress steam ironed. Yeah.
So Brittany's like, okay, I'll go. So I don't have anything I can think of that I've spilled the tea about. So I would like to know who spilled the tea about me flirting with Joao. And Mary goes, who's Joao?
Even though Mary was fully on the yacht with everyone else. And Brittany's like, well, because when I got home, Jared and I broke up over it. And Mary goes, oh God, not Jared. Over Joao?
But you were broken up before the trip. Lisa's like, yeah, but you kissed Joao. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. It was on the floaty thing. Remember, you were on the floaty thing. You kissed Joao.
Well, I kissed him on the cheek. I mean, Jared got this memo that was like making out with Joao. And Heather's like, a memo? We don't even have memos in this sisterhood. What do you mean? A DM, a text, a call, a song by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir? They lie, you know.
Well, I was the one who told Justin that she deserves to flirt. She's like, so there's the answer. There's the answer to the T. We already got it. And we see a flashback to Whitney doing a voice to text for Justin going, Brittany is living her best life flirting with everyone. She's flirting with Joao. She's flirting with the guy who's holding a camera. She flirted with the fish today.
Probably true. So Bronwyn's like, okay, all right. Can we just throw this tea over? I'm sick of talking about Jared. Okay. So then Heather's like, well, I'm ready to do my tea. Are you ready for the big B word? Okay. In the spirit of full disclosure, I have to stand for what I have been spilling the tea about. And I think you probably know what it is, Bronwyn, because I am deeply fascinated by it. But the rumor about Todd making out with someone and then farting, do you not feel like that's absurd?
Throw the fucking box over. Okay, just throw the box over. Just throw it over.
All of a sudden, Bronwyn is not happy with her game. I thought that was so funny. I was like, Bronwyn, you could at least try to pretend to be like, oh, whatever. Like, Bronwyn got so serious, it was like not having it whatsoever.
Well, I think the reason she got so serious is because it's supposed to be you're spilling tea about something that the tea hasn't been spilled yet. So this is old tea, and Heather's purposely bringing this up to remind Bronwyn that she's supposed to be mad at Lisa because Heather and Whitney are going to be going for Lisa and Meredith in about 2 seconds. So she's reminding her, remember, you're pissed off at Lisa. And I think that Bronwyn's like, I know what you're doing, Heather. You fucking asshole. Okay. And not only are you doing this with me and Lisa, but you're bringing up my husband farting all over some sloot. Okay. Just throw it overboard.
Heather's like, okay, well, I'm going to can I apologize? I want to apologize. I'm sorry. And Mary's like, good, Heather. That was great.
Heather's just so transparent. Oh my God. So Bronwyn's like, okay, well, I didn't find it funny, but you've spilled it and we've heard it. Okay. Throw it overboard.
Okay, well, I'm going to go next. Whitney, you and I had lunch. And in an effort to try to be a good friend to Meredith, I wanted to warn her about something that I think went too far, but it has upset you. And I want to apologize for spilling the tea that I should not have spilled. So I'm going to throw mine in the harbor, which, by the way, we also have not pointed out that this quote unquote harbor is that there's like a little like blue moat area that they've painted tarp.
Yeah, it's like a tarp.
Next to their chairs. They're throwing boxes that have been wrapped in like brown paper into like blue tarp. Like that's what this show is. Like when we have like, you know, Real Housewives of Miami goes off on a private jet. Like we have an entire season of Miami, it feels like, arguing about who gets to go on a private jet to go from Sevilla to this villa in the south of Spain and who gets to have a seat. And this one, they're like, okay, it's time for you to throw your cardboard box into a tarp.
While wearing a Party City Founders wig. This shit is so funny. Okay, well, I'm going to go next. Okay, Whitney. Okay, you already did that. Okay, so Whitney's like, but wait, why didn't you stop me mid-conversation then and say, Whitney, stop saying that? Okay, well, I did question you. Nuh-uh, you laughed. And then we see a clip of Bronwyn going, well, okay, well, she's going to scream at you for 5 hours if she hears that you said that about her. Okay, for sure. You are incoming rage. Oh, okay.
It is so snaky of Bronwyn to be like, well, if she hears that, she's going to be so mad. I'm like, you're the one who tells her.
I know, but I do think, you know, Bronwyn, I said earlier how Bronwyn is one of the worst about carrying the bones, like taking one thing and then going to the other person immediately. But in this case, she is talking about Whitney spreading that you're an alcoholic and a pill popper behind her back. So,
well, that's the other thing is like, if you say those things, like for sure, someone's gonna give Meredith the heads up.
Yeah, I think it's good to give her a heads up, you know, because Whitney was just mad because she didn't get to out Meredith and call her an alcoholic in her own scene.
Yeah, and also like let's not forget who was the original bone carrier, Whitney Rose. Whitney Rose also is my friends use like a sieve, like things like information just my friends used to always call people sieves. Like information, like it's not retained. The information goes right through someone to the next destination. So, like, like if you call someone an alcoholic and a pill popper on TV, it's definitely going to get back to them. But I did think it was like, I actually thought it was nice of Bronwyn to apologize. She basically is like, my bad. I shouldn't have done it. And Whitney is like not letting her have it. Whitney is like, no, that's not fair. I thought I was confiding in you in front of a camera, in front of the nation, in a private conversation. I was confiding.
Me, trustworthy Whitney Rose, who never lies about anything. Lisa gave blowjobs for jazz tickets. Just for jazz. Bronwyn's like, well, then you should take that up with her because I'm not the keeper of Meredith's wine. Well, I'm not the keeper either, but I'm the keeper of a private conversation between you and I, and you broke that trust.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, and that I can apologize for. But now you're making me look bad. You're making me look horrible in front of Meredith. But you said it. It was going to look bad no matter what. It was going to look bad right now where it could be addressed, or it was going to look bad when Meredith watches it on TV.
Yeah, and you're doing nothing but making yourself look bad in front of Meredith. All you're doing is coming for Meredith every single year. Bronwyn's like, well, if you're uncomfortable with her knowing about it, then you probably shouldn't have said it. Now, do not tell me behind her back. Now, it's really between the two of you. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just keep nodding until you stop talking to me. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I apologize. And then you two get to fight about it. I mean, because like most people will say, well, anything I say behind your back, I'd say to your face. But when he's like, now you're making me look bad. So you think I'm going to call a belligerent woman 2 days after we land? It's like,
if you want to go there, let's go there. Okay, Whitney, because everything I said was the truth. So stop with your lies.
What? That you didn't yell on the plane? That you didn't taunt her for 6 hours?
No, I did not.
Can I have the crazy pill that y'all took? Because I would love it.
Yeah, apparently you're already taking it. Yeah, that was a good one. I can't wait to tell horse number 2 that one later. It was good.
Well, of course, your easy route out is that I'm a liar. Because anything I say or experience isn't true. But guess what? You had other witnesses there, Meredith, so you can't call me a liar.
Oh, well, you are a liar, so here we go. Let's talk about Whitney.
Calling me a liar triggers me so deeply because I feel like I'm a very honest person to a fault, and I feel like anytime they're lying, they just gaslight me and say you're lying, and she never takes accountability.
Yeah, you are a liar, though. You've lied a million times on this show. It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial. And so she's like, you want to go there? If you're going to call me a liar, let's do it. Alcoholic, pill popper. I was like, okay, you know what? And who are you, you fucking hypocrite? You who has all these reports about being so wasted at BravoCon, you almost fell off the stage and were wasted the entire weekend with your buddy Heather, who just pissed all over herself and barfed all over herself on camera multiple times on this show, most notably at that drag queen bus thing that you guys just did. You two are something else.
Well, the other thing is that Whitney talks about like how this is all triggering for her because of her situation with her dad, which is very real. But also, like, given that you have had so much experience and firsthand, like, have been impacted firsthand by that stuff, it's crazy that then she would just yell at someone, alcoholic, pill popper, like weaponizing it against them. So
yeah, because if you really believe that she is an alcoholic and a drug addict, for you to do that to her, like go on camera and spread it and then scream alcoholic and pill popper, is really a destructive thing to do. And another destructive thing to do is to go on and compare your own trauma from your father and put that on somebody else. That's a whole sack of bullshit. You can't do that to people. And it's also really shitty to your father, by the way. It's like, she's just a shithead, this Whitney Rose. I'm so glad she's showing her ass because I think she's had a whole season of people buying into her bullshit. And I'm really glad she's showing her ass today because this is gross. And then, don't worry, Heather's going to do the same thing in just a minute, where she's going to turn her trauma and make that Meredith's fault too. We'll see. We'll wait for it. So Meredith first is like, well, I have some presents for you. So she gets up and she walks and she grabs some bags. And Whitney's like, well, I'm sick of you being able to throw around character assassinating things about me. What did she say about you? What did she say? What was said about Whitney this season? I don't remember.
Meaning that like she's saying that Whitney's a liar. So Whitney's like, that's characters. That's like an assassination. Oh, you know what it is? It's almost like when two men dress up like what was the name of that musical? And they shoot each other, and one of them shoots the other one first. It's like an assassination, but of a character. Yeah, exactly, Brittany. You got it exactly right.
Yeah, but she's calling you a liar because you're doing character assassinating things against her that she's calling lies. So you can't call the victim when you're the aggressor. She's so crazy. So Meredith is like, all right, well, I've got presents. And she passes them out. And everyone's like, thank you, thinking they're real presents. And she's like, wait a minute, multi-drug urine test cup. Oh, my God. And Brittany's like, I've never in my life taken a drug test.
Like, where did one go for 7 drug tests last second? I'm like, I don't think it was last second. I'm pretty sure this was planned.
And also, I like that she thinks that every store has just one drug test.
Where did she get 7?
Mary goes, that's a lot of urine. All right, well, I am happy to take a drug test every single day of my life because I'm very honest about everything that I do. And as I've said for years, I'll have a drink here or there, maybe an occasional gummy, maybe a teaspoon of my toddler's baby food. So if you have made an accusation against me for substance abuse, I think you need to take the test.
This is gold. I love that she did this. And now let's watch how they turn this around so that they don't have to take the test. Because I was like, are they going to take this test? Because this is amazing. Because you know half of these people are on coke. I mean, they're on TV. So Brittany's like, well, I mean, this issue on the plane has taken on a whole new life of its own. Oh, God, we've graduated from Brittany plane drama. Now we're getting a doctorate soon. That's Salutatorian.
So Salutatorian at work. She is so happy that she's at the center of like the driving, second half drama of the season. So Meredith is like, so the one with the accusations is so quickly putting it away, Whitney Rose. Wow, is this like your business just being put away for no one to see? That's a burn. Sounds like a projection.
I think it is because notice Whitney didn't take this. I mean, we saw the below deck where Heather was on there with Angie Harrington, and she looked coked out of her mind that entire time. She was completely obnoxious.
Angie?
Whitney, Heather.
Oh.
Remember when she was on Below Deck with Angie Harrington?
Below Deck Adventure. I do.
Yes.
I don't really remember Heather, like what they did on that.
She was so fucking obnoxious on that. She was, if anybody wants to go back and look at it, tell me that woman's not coked out of her mind. And then Whitney's like,
well, what? Am I supposed to pull up my skirt and pee on it?
Yes, Whitney. If you're going to be sitting here doing, throwing accusations at everyone else, let's see what's in your bloodstream, ma'am. I'd love to know because you seem fucked up in every episode to me. So bring it on. Pee on it. Papa squat,
What's in your
lady.
wallet? What's in your wallet of pee?
Papa squat, lady. I loved this. I wish Meredith just made him do it.
Well, let's see that. Okay, you decide that you wanted to make this some kind of spread rumors behind my back, as you do almost every single year. No, you can't tell me what my intentions are. Stop talking. I'm talking right now.
No, that's not my intentions.
Yes, it was. I was going to have a very good monologue right now where I was going to reference rumors and nastiness in my new board game, and you kind of ruined that for me.
You want me to talk about it in front of everyone?
I do, actually. And again, at this point, this is where Meredith has her little flouncy, I'm trying to use this Velcro here as a visual. She has this flouncy quill, and she's like, I do want you to talk about it. It's like she's trying to cast spells, magic spells. It's like this thing is flapping in front of her. It is, every time that feather bounced around on screen, I cracked up.
Well, I'm tired of Whitney making false accusations on me, and they are damaging, and they are hard to disprove, and she needs to worry about herself and her own life and stop projecting it onto me.
You do this every time you go to sleep. You wake up and you get more mad. You did it to me on the boat. And then we see a flashback to Meredith. Now we go from Meredith wearing a founding father's wig to Meredith with a cleaver inside her head. I mean, the way that just goes from costume to costume while they're having these fights is so funny. And we see that like at night on the yacht when she's like, oh, well, okay, you looked at a TikTok. And then in the morning, she's like, well, you brought up a TikTok and the person I'm really angry at is Whitney Rose.
Yeah, Whitney didn't warn me about the TikTok. So then we come back and Meredith's like, well, I'm not allowed to think things over and realize that there are things that piss me off. She's like, you're absolutely allowed, but I'm describing my experience and I've witnessed your behavior and I recognize it. Oh, well, you know what? We're going to backtrack to every single event this year and let's see how much I've had to drink. Let's start over. And she's like, no, because that's a way to deflect. I'm describing my experience. This is a very sensitive subject, okay? Okay. And so now she's going to bring on her dad drama as a way to deflect from her having to pee in a cup. Now who's deflecting? Pop, your squat.
In the past, when I've witnessed people acting the way that Meredith has, it was fueled by drugs or alcohol, and I don't know what's going on with Meredith, and I hope it's none of those things, and I just wish she understood why I worry about lying.
Yeah, you sound really worried, screaming alcoholic Bill Pepper, Whitney. You're just a real good Girl Scout over there.
Trauma.
So I just care about you and you alarmed me. It's like, no, you don't care about me or you would come to me. Just, no, you don't care about me. That's why you don't accept the fact that I love you.
That's a huge accusation that you love her, okay? Because she's weaponizing her experience. That's huge. Imagine your friend is emotional upset, and instead of having compassion, you label her crazy and a drug addict when all she's trying to do is watch Crazy Rich Asians. Such a good movie, by the way. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, no wonder why she brought drug tests.
This isn't fair. Well, I was going to have the conversation with you and it got taken away from me by Bronwyn. You yelled at me and I was upset. She's, I did not yell at you on the plane.
Mary tells us, yeah, this is exactly how I remember it. Like,
no, she says it's not exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry, not exactly. Yeah. But she does say, Meredith did yell at Whitney. I heard it with my own ears. I saw it. Like, why is she denying it? And we see a flashback to Walters in here which I don't think we saw this part, but Mary's like, don't you remember when you were like, you're an idiot. She does like a Meredith Marks impersonation, like, you're an idiot, Whitney. Get off the plane, Whitney. You're ruining this movie for me, Whitney. I love Mary doing Meredith, but trying to do it in a tender way.
Yeah. And she's like, wow, it's almost like she wasn't there. Or she doesn't remember. So Heather's like, well, Meredith, you trust me and believe me. I was on the plane and you said the same thing to both of us. So they're having the same fight over whether or not she said, if you stay friends with Brittany, we're not friends. And Meredith said, I did not tell you our friendship was over. She goes, Lisa, what did she say? You've already said what she said before. So just try and say the same story, Lisa. And I was like, well, maybe stop calling someone a liar that you're trying to get onto your side. Like Heather, you would think that Heather would be better at this by now.
So Lisa's like, yeah, I wasn't there for that. I don't know. It's like, no, that's a very different story than when you said at Walters. And we have a flashback. At Walters, Lisa said, yeah, Meredith, you basically said it's like me or Brittany. And so Heather's like, yeah, you said that if you're friends with her, we're done. Well, I never turned to her and said we're not friends. I would never say that. Yes, you did. You said it. No, I didn't. You did. Why'd you apologize to me then? Why'd you send me a text message to apologize?
Well, it wasn't what I said. It was my tone, and that's why I sent you the apology. I mean, what did I say in the apology? Sorry, I snapped at you. That's what I said. She goes,
no, you wrote something completely different, and I can say that because I'm an author. Words matter to me. You said, sorry if I snapped at you.
Okay, well, maybe I said if I snapped.
You know, I know I'm not lying. And in fact, she's the one who's lying.
Oh, okay. So you were sleeping, then you weren't sleeping, then you slept twice, then you kind of heard it, then it was 6 hours of pure screaming. You're lying.
You are lying, ma'am. There is something going on. I think Meredith, I don't even want to get into it because it's like the 20,000th time we've had to have this conversation. And Whitney's like, well, she's so fanatically defending herself to the point of bringing props and drug tests for all of us that this is projection. Because why would she want us to take drug tests? Because she wants to prove that you're on something, Whitney, which you probably are. Take the test. Prove her wrong.
They're both accusing each other of projecting and deflecting.
And she's willing to take it too, notice. So let her take it too. Take the test, Whitney. Go ahead.
Heather is like, Meredith, I have been a very, very good friend to you for a very, very long time. Well, and you lied. You lied. And you all said horrible fucking things about me that didn't happen. I have a toddler that I'm raising, and you would say those things. What happens if I get taken away? Who's going to slice the lemons? We all know you need 5 people, and if we only have 4, that lemon is not getting sliced.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? I know that only my teeth move, but you're calling me a liar? I am crying right now. People, do you see these tears? Nobody? Well, they're there. They are there.
Heather.
Tears are clear. Get off my ass.
What's going on, Heather? What's going on, Heather? Come on.
I'm furious. That's what. Because you sit across from me and tell me, Heather Gay, that I lied.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Did she not say that? Do not gaslight me.
I was watching Crazy Rich Asians. I've been watching it this whole time. I was watching a very good film. I maybe talked about this subject for 5 minutes max. I'm watching a film.
Heather screaming about gaslighting when she drunkenly screamed at Lisa running around a boat trying to escape her, saying,
just admit it. Just admit everything that you did.
Notice that Heather has to do that a lot.
No, even worse. Heather went around chasing Lisa around that yacht saying, I'm being a good friend for you. Why are you so mad at me that I'm being a good friend to you right now when I just accuse you of always being the one to leak things? But also, again, I don't want to harp on this point, but let's please acknowledge the comedy of Heather crying about being what she feels gaslit while she's in this wig and she's pointing that feather at Meredith Marks. You gaslight me.
She's like, well, I know what I said, and you misunderstood what I was saying. No, you're doing it to me still, and I'm upset because of what you did. You're questioning my loyalty. You're questioning my friendship. You're questioning my air fryer. I was there.
I am quite familiar with someone telling me that, like, the entire history I've been told my entire life was true when in fact it wasn't. Mormonism, get ready. I'm bringing the weight of the church into this one, Meredith. You may have a toddler. I've got a religion. Get ready.
So now Meredith is the Mormon patriarchy. I cannot with this show.
She's like, this is a big trigger for me, especially growing up Mormon, leaving the church and having Mormons tell me to my face that the church I left was not the church that I lived in. And it was, and I don't want to be gaslit by Mormons, and I don't want to be gaslit by drug addicts and founders here either.
You guys have this ability to say what you think is the truth, and if we don't get it, fine, we're just fucking liars or crazy, and that's just not fair. Not in this sisterhood. I still feel very unsettled by this whole thing. I need you to say I'm horrified that what happened on the plane, and I'm so sorry, and not look at me and say that I'm a liar.
You are a fucking liar. And you know what? I'm so happy that Meredith and Lisa are just going to stick to their guns. This is now, the 5th time that they've tried coming out. And what Heather is saying, you guys have this ability to say what you think is the truth. And if we don't get it, if we don't fall in line, we're just fucking liars or crazy. That's exactly what you two have been doing in every single episode. Notice that nobody else is jumping on this train. If everybody else on this plane was so horrified, why is it only Whitney and Heather screaming and crying in every episode?
Yeah.
I don't get it. So she's like, well, there's no resolution. I doubt there will be today. And apparently nobody's going to pee in their cup. So I guess we should just move on. I wish you just said, Papa Squat, Whitney and Heather. Let's see what's in your system. I would just say that every other line, as I have been in this recap. P.
Mary asks the true question that's been going through all of our heads this entire episode. Is anyone else wearing a girdle besides me? Because it's cutting into my ribs.
So now Bronwyn has a big surprise, and it's her dress revealed. She's got something bigger and better. So meanwhile, she goes and changes, and she comes out wearing this huge ball gown with the Constitution draped down the front. And she says that she's had the Constitution this whole time, and now they're going to make a friend Constitution, and they're going to make rules and amendments for their friendship. So now they have to say, hear ye, and then they have to say their amendment.
Yeah, and I'll just say right now, these ladies are all going to be heading into a constitutional crisis within 15 minutes of the next episode because none of these amendments are going to be followed. So
Lots of executive orders coming down the
a lot of ratifications. So Heather's like, hear ye, be a woman of your word. I was like, that's a vague amendment. So, okay, whatever. And Lisa goes, hear ye, to be the friend that you expect others to be. And also like at Wendy's for your friends when they're like showing up places and stuff. That'd be really nice. Yeah, thanks.
Mary wants everybody to hear each other, but also forgive. Okay. Cause she's a preacher. So then Whitney's like, hear ye. There are topics that are off limits. Business, marriages, and children. Whitney, you started this season coming after Lisa's business and you have not let up. What are you talking about?
Hear ye. In this group, we need to be very careful about saying things about people without documentation. And I'd like to propose a second amendment. Everyone in this group must sign a petition to have Electra ride for Greece in the Olympics. Thank you very much.
Brittany wants everyone to see the best in people. And Meredith is like, hear ye. Stop the reactive abuse. That is all I have to say. Drops her quill.
I like her amendment is like a protest anthem. So Mary's like, what? Whitney's like,
everyone's like, hug each other, love each other, stop and smell the roses. Stop the reactive abuse. I am done.
My amendment is that love is love, and I don't care if Michelle Yeoh doesn't approve. I was watching.
I'm going to have to Google reactive abuse.
So she looks it up and she reads it.
Reactive abuse happens when a victim of abuse reacts to an abuse in a way which could include physical violence or shouting of their own. Well, thank you for giving me a definition of your behavior, Meredith.
So they're like, okay, well, cheers the new amendment.
I think she's saying that. I think like a person with a brain would like parse that a little more and think maybe she's saying that you're using the alcoholism of your father to project onto other people. You fucking ding dong. She's just like, you are.
So Whitney says, I'm sorry, I was looking up reactive abuse. I was looking up to make sure. I was like, let me just double check that what Whitney's definition is actually the real one. So Whitney, Heather makes a joke. Okay, no more farts. And they're just like laughing. Oh my God. And Mary's like, I mean, farting can only go so far. And that's just no longer funny. And Mary, Queen of Gas. So that's where it ends. And next week we are off to the cast trip without even any sort of like, they didn't even plant the seed this week. We just are jumping into it. Yeah. So I guess we're in the final act of the season. I'm assuming it's going to end there on vacay. So it makes me a little sad. But
probably not, because there's at least 4 episodes left. So do you think they'll all be vacation?
I think so. This group does vacation pretty big. Look, it's a lesson to be learned. You keep people on regional jets for the first half of their tenure on TV, that then when they finally get to cross borders and go international, they go wild on their cast vacations.
Yeah, well, let's see. We can hope. Well, I guess we can be sure, because they will. This is going to be crazy.
And by the time we come back to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City next week, there'll be one other person who'll be able to listen. Her name is Jen Shaw. She's being released 1 week from today. So
you don't think that they can listen in jail? Come on.
But she can listen freely. She can listen and put her feet up on the dash.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This was a fun one. We will be back later with some Vanderpump Rules, and then we've still got a full week. Southern Charm and the premiere of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills coming straight at you, baby. We sure love you guys. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster. It's always automatic with Ashley Otto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit. We never miss her call. It's Diane Call. Big yay, it's Emily Gauthier.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
I go, you go, we all go for Hugo.
Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B. K Sarah, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby. She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry. We love her on the rocks, it's Melissa Cox. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna. It's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman.
Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy, it's Tippy. And our super premium sponsors.
Make way for AJ Lopez.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Put us on a stretcher, it's Charlotte Fletcher. Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the Cork Master, the Master of the Cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She's a total knockout, it's Katie Manock.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock.
Gee, it's Lisa H.
We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters. She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose. There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
Maximum love for Sandy Maximoska.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie, it's Sarah Tellefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony.
Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop.
Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
We're obsessed all with Tessa V.
You'll always get the full story with Tori Parsons.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.